Next news. Breaking news from the White House.
President Trump just lit up Chuck Schumer from two directions at once, on national security and on the border. And the Democrat leadership looked absolutely rattled. First, Schumer took a cheap shot at ICE and Border Patrol, the men and women standing between American families in chaos. Then, as President Trump works to secure American strength in negotiations with Iran, Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries started signaling retreat, weakness, and panic. Trump wasn't having it. He called it out in real time, and what happened next exposed something bigger than a normal D.C. food fight. The question tonight is simple. Why are Democrats always siding against American strength? Now, this matters to every viewer because it cuts right to the core of whether America projects strength or broadcasts surrender. When Senate Democrats trash ICE and Border Patrol, they're not insulting some abstract agency in Washington. They're insulting the officers protecting your neighborhood, stopping traffickers, catching violent criminal aliens, and backing up communities the left has abandoned for years. You see, that hits home very fast. On foreign policy, it's even more dangerous. President Trump made it crystal clear that when he's negotiating with hostile regimes, the last thing America needs is Democrat leaders publicly signaling that the United States should fold, rush, or get out. That kind of chatter gives the other side leverage. It gives adversaries hope. It tells enemies that if they stall long enough, the American left will pressure our own commander-in-chief. So it's not just rhetoric. It's border security, law enforcement morale, and America's negotiating power all colliding at once. And Trump is drawing a bright red line. No more weakness, no more apologies, no more betrayal dressed up as politics. Speaking of standing strong when the system keeps failing people, I want to share something personal that changed life right in our home. Yes, for years, my wife battled chronic pain and anxiety from her diagnosis, endless doctor visits, treatments that didn't help. Watching her struggle daily, it broke my heart. Then Jonathan Otto introduced red light therapy. Her pain vanished, anxiety lifted. She's sleeping soundly, full of energy and life again. My recovery and vitality, better than guys half my age, truly life-changing for us. Red light therapy is backed by NASA research and FDA-cleared technology, and studies show rapid pain relief and real support and recovery. Sleep and energy. If you've been looking for something that actually helps, go to myredlight.com. Use code NNN25 for 25% off individual items or NNN30 for 30% off bundles. It made a real difference for us. Now back to the showdown in Washington, because the White House made clear it is not blinking. Now here's a twist the media don't want to dwell on. This was not just Trump throwing a punch at Schumer for sport. The Trump administration immediately rallied behind the president's message, with DHS hammering Schumer as the face of the open border agenda. Then the White House posted a simple message: we're waiting. See, that's not panic, that's called confidence. That's a White House daring Democrats to defend the indefensible, smearing law enforcement at home while undercutting American leverage abroad. And who can ever forget this moment? President Trump in the Oval Office. Senator Schumer has become a Palestinian.
Democrats are fighting it only because they want to fight. They have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, if it was somebody else, they wouldn't fight. If you had a normal person, if you had some stiff sitting behind you, they'd be fine. But they have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, Senator Schumer's become a Palestinian. He's welcome. I don't know when they're going to give him the ceremony, whatever the ceremony may be. But it's terrible what's happened to the Democrats.
Schumer's become a Palestinian. I love it. Trump mocking Schumer. As the Democrat's so far gone, he's now siding with the other team. Next, he turns the heat up, calls out Schumer and Jeffries for trying to undercut his Iran negotiations on live TV. Trump calling out Schumer and Hakeem traitors on live television.
So it's tough. But we can't let traitors. We can't let traitors like Schumer put pressure on you where they say, we want out. Think how bad that is. I'm negotiating with these people, and they're telling us, we have to get out now, we have to get out now, we have to get now. And they were in a war for 18 years. They were in a war for, think of that, Vietnam, 19 years, Iraq, 8 years. So right. I want to make a good deal. I'm not going to be rushed. I have all the time in the world. I want to make not a good deal. I want to make a great deal. I don't want to do this, go through this, And, I mean, if you look at this, what we've suffered in terms of losses, we lost 13 men, and that's terrible. I wish we didn't lose one. But if somebody would have said, we've done this and obliterated that country, obliterated it, and we lost 13 men, people would have said, that's not possible to have done that. It's not possible.
Right.
So we've done a great job, and I don't want to be rushed by people that are really treasonous as far as I'm concerned, where they're, and it's just, I watch this low IQ guy, Hakeem Jeffries. He's a totally low IQ person, and he's always ranting and raving, oh, this war is so terrible, terrible. They shouldn't be saying that when we're in the midst of a negotiation, because it does hurt us somewhat. It gives the other side some hope, and I don't want them to have hope.
Don't want them to have hope, and that's exactly what Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries is giving, aid and comfort to the enemy. Trump says Democrats are sabotaging American leverage with Iran, acting like traitors. Now the fire shifts to the border, where DHS Secretary unloads on Schumer as the face of the open border machine. Secretary Mullen cooking Chuck Schumer.
But Chuck Schumer, no one respects you. The definition of a lying scumbag politician, that is you. You would be the definition if you Googled you right now. Why don't he just come out and be honest with American people? He wants to have open borders. If you want to defund the Customs and Border Protection Agency, if you want to defund ICE, who is in there arresting the criminals that the laws were passed by you, you had time to change those during the Biden administration. You didn't, because you're for open borders and you're for the criminals running amok in our cities. And for you to say that is so disrespectful to the law enforcement that is out there protecting you, because he has a detail with him. How about he walks around these city streets without a detail? I wonder how safe he would feel.
Dude, I want to see that open again.
But Chuck Schumer, no one respects you. The definition of a lying scumbag politician, that is you. You would be the definition if you Googled you.
Wow. You're the definition of a lying scumbag politician. The president, the White House, posting a meme. Oh, please, more memes. We're waiting. Chuck Schumer in a sombrero. I'm sorry. God, on fire right there. President Trump just came to the full defense of ICE and Border Patrol, torching Schumer for saying nobody in our country respects them. This is what President Trump posted. Wow. Crying Chuck Schumer just said, for the whole world to hear, nobody respects Border Patrol or ICE. That is one of the most egregious, incorrect, unpatriotic, and dangerous statements I've ever heard from a professional, quote, unquote, politician. He must immediately apologize to these great patriots, and I mean now. Which, of course, is why we're waiting, says the White House. So what did Chuck Schumer say?
America will see even more clearly tonight where the Republicans are, not on the side of lowering costs, but on the side of masked agents occupying our streets. Where the heck are you? America is crying out for relief from high costs, and you're here adding $140 billion to an agency that nobody, to two groups, Border Patrol and ICE, that nobody respects in this country.
Wow. Wow. Chuck Schumer. President Trump demanding Schumer apologize to ICE and Border Patrol for smearing the men and women protecting this country. Here's the actual post that went out on Truth Social. Chuck Schumer just said, for the whole world to hear, nobody respects Border Patrol or ICE. He must immediately apologize. Yes, we are waiting, Chuck Schumer. See, Schumer's not just opposing Donald Trump. He's opposing the pillars of American strength that Trump was elected to restore. Border agents, ICE officers, hard-nosed diplomacy, national leverage, law and order. Democrat leadership keeps lining up against all of it. President Trump saw it, named it, and refused to sanitize it. He defended the agents that Schumer insulted. He warned that Schumer and Jeffries were helping American adversaries by projecting weakness during negotiations. And then he twisted the knife with that brutal line. Schumer's become a Palestinian. A comment that instantly captured how far left Schumer has drifted from the voters he claims to represent. This is not random. It's a total exposure of a party that has lost its loyalty to America. So here's the bottom line. President Trump did what weak Republicans of the past never would. He defended the border, defended the badge, defended America's hand at the negotiating table, and said out loud what millions of Americans already know. Chuck Schumer and his allies are not defending this country's strength. They are tearing at it every single chance they get. This is why this moment matters. It's not just a viral clip, it's a snapshot of the whole fight in 2026. America First leadership versus a Democrat machine that insults agents, rewards weakness, and then acts shocked when voters reject it. If you want more reporting that the corporate media will never give you straight, share this video, leave a comment, and subscribe right now. And answer this, yes or no, should Chuck Schumer apologize immediately to ICE and Border Patrol? Text raw feed to 844-840-4963. That's the number on the screen to bypass the algorithm suppression of this channel and get notifications that YouTube never sends, but get a direct message from me to your phone. And check out the Next News merch shelf below this video. Stay loud, stay proud, and stand with the people who are defending America.
The system controls information. Information control is power. I want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.